This video is going to be about the cQ-MACD, the cQ-MACD difference, the cQ-impulse MACD, and the cQ-zero lag MACD. This is the cQ-MACD right here. This is the MT4 MACD, same settings. You'll notice this has a minimum level. That's right here. We can change that to 0 if you want it to be more like the normal MACD. You can change the colors if you want here. The main difference with this one is that you can choose different fast and slow moving averages, as well as the signal line can be different, or you can set them all to be the same. For example, using this setting, just see what this does. And you can see here it's using this particular moving average for all three, the fast, slow, and signal. Or you can mix and match. If you get an inverted one, for example, let's try a real slow one for the fast moving average and a real fast one for the slow, and it'll be inverted. So if you get that, that's what you've run into. So it also has an adaptive period, which, let me get this, and you can see what that does. Gets you in just a little earlier based on price action. And then it has this fast and slow period multiplier. For example, say you like the 12 to 26 ratio in the MACD. You just want it longer. You can make it, say, 1.5. Or if you want to make it shorter, you can just put it in there, and that will make it shorter. You still have that same ratio. And then the minimum level, we have the normal zero level, which this minimum level multiplier, as you can see down here in the white lines, it will follow the zero level or the signal level, as you see here. You might want to make it a little closer. You'll have to experiment with it. And then all these down here, these are just parameters for the various moving averages. For example, if we go to the Alamo and we'll have these all using the same, this Alamo will change all three of them. So if you're using the Alamo, it will change it for all of them. Okay, just got too complicated to have one for the fast and the slow and the signal. So, but that's what all these do. And then the other thing is when you're using this, the AMA and the cQ-MACD, you'll have one for the fast and one for the slow. That actually has more to do than the period with how these two moving averages respond. So, like for example, if you went down here and you make this 110, that's just making the slower one using a 10, and the faster one we'll use a 4. So, other than that, I think that's pretty much this indicator. And then, it also has a no parameters version. The normal cQ-MACD will save all the parameters to this file, test1, of which you can then load into this no parameters version. And that's for using this indicator, the no parameters version. It makes it easier for using it with Expert Advisor. And this is the buffer numbers for depending on what you want to access. So that all that information's here. It basically makes it so you don't have to pass all these parameters. You only have to pass one parameter, the file name. And so, like for example, if I go down here and change this to something else, and you get a different response, it saved those changes to test1, and now I go down here and reload test1. That's what it does. So, okay. The next indicator is what I call the MACD difference, and it's basically the MACD, which that's what this bottom one is the MACD. That's this one here. It's the MACD difference. It's using the difference between the MACD output and its signal. And that's what this histogram is the difference between this signal line and the MACD line. It will draw this histogram is that difference. This signal line is this right here, okay? This is a normal MACD, right, in this area right here. And then it has a signal line, which is this one. And that's what this yellow line is. It's a bit faster, so you can, try that one. So I just call it the MACD difference. The next one is the cQ impulse MACD. And this one, I think its default was like 34. You can change the fast and the slow, just very similar to the other MACD, but you're using this impulse style response as opposed to a real MACD or the normal MACD. And these slow ones, these are the only ones that would really work with the various fast-moving averages. You can just try and see what different types of settings you can get. And it also has the signal and this zero level, okay, along with the minimum, which is right now kind of low. You could put that, I could put that to 3, for example. It all depends on what your system calls for. And it also has the no parameters version, as I explained earlier. Okay, so that's the cQ impulse MACD. The next one is the cQ zero lag MACD, and it's zero lag MACD no parameters version. Okay, and again, it has pretty much the same settings, except this one uses a different algorithm. It responds faster. It also has this same signal line where the line crosses the zero level. It's when the line goes above or below the signal line. And then you see these bands, that's what this here controls. If you set that to 0, it's just going to be above or below the signal line. You won't get any gray signal because it's either going to be above or below. For the most part, I guess that's it.